Now this injury alert. We should learn more about Kyle Schwarber's status during Joe Maddon's pregame session with the media tomorrow. Schwarber felt some pain in his side while taking batting practice before yesterday's game. Had to be scratched from the lineup. The rookie slugger was sent out for an MRI. The Cubs are hoping it's not an oblique strain. That's an injury that sidelined many prominent players, including Cubs right fielder Jorge Soler. It is now our pleasure to welcome in Dr. Charles Bush-Joseph from Midwest Orthopaedics at Rush. We've seen a growing number of oblique injuries in baseball in recent years. Describe why that type of injury is so debilitating for a player, and why can it take so long to heal? You know, Mark, it's kind of an injury where players, we have to shut them down completely. It's not where they can, quote, work through it early on in the first couple of days after the injury and keep their timing, keep their swing up. It just doesn't work. So when we get them, certainly when we have them at the White Sox, players shut down, no activity at all for 7 to 10 days. And then we gradually, slowly start to ramp them back up. And the well-muscled player, the player who has the ideal body, they're the ones at greater risk because they swing harder and they swing with greater force. Usually that's the problem. And then it's harder for them to get their timing back once they've got the swing back. Well, in the case of the Cubs, infielder Tommy La Stella suffered a strained oblique during the very first week of the season. They sent him out on a rehab assignment. He tweaked it again, missed another couple of months. He's finally returned to action this past week. Now, one of their stars, Jorge Soler, just strained his oblique muscle. The Cubs want to get him ready for the playoffs, which would start the beginning of October. Is 6 weeks enough to get him ready for that period? You know, it really depends on the severity of the injury, and that's where the MRI comes into play. You know, if it's an intra-substance injury where the muscle fibers are just sort of strained and there's a little bit of swelling, those are quicker. Those are you know, 7 to 10 to 14, 21 days at most. But if he's actually pulled the muscle, the oblique muscle, off of the rib cage or off of the fascia, it's a much longer recovery. And so really the MRI is going to help the Cubs medical staff prognosticate as to really how quickly he's going to come back, or at least how quickly he can get back into baseball activities, as we say. Have we seen more oblique injuries in recent years, or have you seen them throughout your career? We've seen them throughout the career. I've been taking care of the White Sox for 12, 13 years now, and I was on the Major League Baseball Advisory Committee for a number of years, and we've always studied this. This is a very difficult injury to treat and prevent. Reason being, our players are bigger, they're stronger, and they swing faster and harder than they did in the olden days. So it's kind of like hamstrings in the NFL. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to deal with, and we really haven't found great prevention strategies. We're always experimenting, though. That is Dr. Charles Bush-Joseph from Midwest Orthopaedics at Rush. We thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for having me.